Brought to you by WikiVD Documentaries. Germany national football team. The Germany national football team is the men's football team that has represented Germany in international competitions since 1908. It is governed by the German Football Association, founded in 1900. Since the DFB was reinaugurated in 1949, the team has represented the Federal Republic of Germany. Under Allied occupation and division, two other separate national teams were also recognized by FIFA, the Saarland team representing the Saarland, and the East German team representing the German Democratic Republic. Both have been absorbed along with their records by the current national team. The official name and code, Germany FR, was shortened to Germany, following the reunification in 1990. Germany is one of the most successful national teams in international competitions, having won a total of 4 World Cups and 3 European Championships. They have also been runners-up 3 times in the European Championships, 4 times in the World Cup, and a further 4 third-place finishes at World Cups. East Germany won Olympic gold in 1976. Germany is the only nation to have won both the men's and women's World Cups. At the end of the 2014 FIFA World Cup, Germany earned the highest ELO rating of any national football team in history, with a record 2,200 points. Germany is also the only European nation that has won a FIFA World Cup in the Americas. The current manager of the national team is Joachim Löw. Early years: 1899–1942. Between 1899 and 1901, prior to the formation of a national team, there were 5 unofficial international matches between different German and English selection teams, which all ended as large defeats for the German teams. 8 years after the establishment of the German Football Association, the first official match of the Germany national football team was played on 5 April 1908. Against Switzerland in Basel, with the Swiss winning 5-3. Coincidentally, the first match after World War I in 1920, the first match after World War II in 1950, when Germany was still banned from most international competitions, and the first match in 1990, with former East German players, were all against Switzerland as well. Germany's first championship title was even won in Switzerland. At the time the players were selected by the DFB, as there was no dedicated coach. The first manager of the Germany national team was Otto Nerz, a school teacher from Mannheim, who served in the role from 1926 to 1936. The German FA could not afford travel to Uruguay for the first World Cup, staged in 1930 during the Great Depression, but finished third in the 1934 World Cup in their first appearance in the competition. After a poor showing at the 1936 Olympic Games in Berlin, Sepp Herberger became coach. In 1937 he put together a squad which was soon nicknamed the Breslau Elf in recognition of their 8-0 win over Denmark in the then German city of Breslau, Lower Silesia. After Austria became part of Germany in the Anschluss of March 1938, that country's national team, one of Europe's better sides at the time due to professionalism, was disbanded, despite having already qualified for the 1938 World Cup. As required by Nazi politicians, 5 or 6 ex-Austrian players, from the clubs Rapid Vienna, Austria Vienna, First Vienna FC, were ordered to join the all-German team on short notice in a staged show of unity orchestrated for political reasons. In the 1938 World Cup that began on 4 June, this united German team managed only a 1-1 draw against Switzerland, and then lost the replay 2-4 in front of a hostile crowd in Paris, France.
That early exit stands as Germany's worst World Cup result. During World War II, the team played over 30 international games between September 1939 and November 1942. When national team games were suspended, as most players had to join the armed forces, many of the national team players were gathered together under coach Herberger as rote Jäger, through the efforts of a sympathetic Air Force officer trying to protect the footballers from the most dangerous wartime service.
3 German national teams, 1945–1990. After the Second World War, Germany was banned from competition in most sports until 1950. The DFB was not a full member of FIFA, and none of the 3 new German states, West Germany, East Germany, and Saarland, entered the 1950 World Cup qualifiers.
The Federal Republic of Germany, which was referred to as West Germany, continued the DFB. With recognition by FIFA and UEFA, the DFB maintained and continued the record of the pre-war team. Switzerland was once again the first team that played West Germany in 1950. West Germany qualified for the 1954 World Cup. The Saarland, under French control between 1947 and 1956, did not join French organizations, and was barred from participating in pan-German ones.
It sent their own team to the 1952 Summer Olympics and to the 1954 World Cup qualifiers. In 1957, Saarland acceded to the Federal Republic of Germany. In 1949, the Communist German Democratic Republic was founded. In 1952, the Deutsche Fußballverband der DDR was established, and the East Germany national football team took to the field. They were the only team to beat the 1974 FIFA World Cup winning West Germans in the only meeting of the two sides of the divided nation. East Germany won the gold medal at the 1976 Olympics.
After German reunification in 1990, the Eastern football competition was reintegrated into the DFB.
1954 World Cup victory. West Germany, captained by Fritz Walter, met in the 1954 World Cup Turkey, Yugoslavia, and Austria. When playing favourites Hungary in the group stage, Germany lost 3-8.
West Germany met the Hungary mighty Magyars again in the final. Hungary had gone unbeaten for 32 consecutive matches. In an upset, West Germany won 3-2. With Helmut Rahn scoring the winning goal. The success is called the Miracle of Bern.
Memorable losses: Wembley goal and game of the century, 1958–1970. After finishing fourth in the 1958 World Cup, and reaching only the quarter-finals in the 1962 World Cup, the DFB made changes.
Professionalism was introduced, and the best clubs from the various Regionalligas were assembled into the new Bundesliga. In 1964, Helmut Schön took over as coach, replacing Herberger, who had been in office for 28 years. In the 1966 World Cup, West Germany reached the final, after beating the USSR in the semi-final, facing hosts England.
In extra time, the first goal, by Jeff Hurst, was one of the most contentious goals in the history of the World Cup. The linesman signaled the ball had crossed the line for a goal, after bouncing down from the crossbar. When replays showed it did not appear to have fully crossed the line. Hurst then scored another goal, giving England a 4-2 win. West Germany in the 1970 World Cup knocked England out in the quarter-finals 3-2.
before they suffered a 4-3 extra-time loss in the semi-final against Italy. This match, with 5 goals in extra time, is one of the most dramatic in World Cup history, and is called the game of the century, in both Italy and Germany. West Germany claimed third, by beating Uruguay 1-0. Gerd Müller finished as the tournament's top scorer with 10 goals.
1974 World Cup title on home soil. In 1971, Franz Beckenbauer became captain of the national team, and he led West Germany to victory at the European Championship at Euro 1972, defeating the Soviet Union 3-0 in the final. As hosts of the 1974 World Cup, they won their second World Cup, defeating the Netherlands 2-1 in the final in Munich.
2 matches in the 1974 World Cup stood out for West Germany. The first group stage saw a politically charged match as West Germany played a game against East Germany. The East Germans won 1-0. The West Germans advanced to the final against the Johan Cruyff-led Dutch team and their brand of total football.
The Dutch took the lead from a penalty. However, West Germany tied the match on a penalty by Paul Breitner, and won it with Gerd Müller's fine finish soon after. Late 1970s and early 1980s. West Germany failed to defend their titles in the next 2 major international tournaments.
They lost to Czechoslovakia in the final of Euro 1976 in a penalty shootout 5-3. Since that loss, Germany has not lost a penalty shootout in major international tournaments. In the 1978 World Cup, Germany was eliminated in the second group stage after losing 2-3 to Austria. Sean retired as coach afterward, and the post was taken over by his assistant, Jupp der Waal. West Germany's first tournament under der Waal was successful, as they earned their second European title at Euro 1980 after defeating Belgium 2-1 in the final.
West Germany reached the final of the 1982 World Cup, though not without difficulties. They were upset 1-2 by Algeria in their first match, but advanced to the second round with a controversial 1-0 win over Austria. In the semi-final against France, they tied the match 3-3 and won the penalty shootout 5-4. In the final, they were defeated by Italy 1-3. During this period, West Germany's Gerd Müller racked up 14 goals in 2 World Cups. His 10 goals in 1970 are the third most ever in a tournament. Beckenbauer's coaching success, 1984-1990. After West Germany were eliminated in the first round of Euro 1984, Franz Beckenbauer returned to the national team to replace der Waal as coach. At the 1986 World Cup in Mexico, West Germany finished as runners-up for the second consecutive tournament after beating France 2-0 in the semi-finals, but losing to the Diego Maradona-led Argentina in the final, 2-3. In Euro 1988, West Germany's hopes of winning the tournament on home soil were spoiled by the Netherlands, as the Dutch beat them 2-1 in the semi-finals. At the 1990 World Cup in Italy, West Germany won their third World Cup title in its unprecedented third consecutive final appearance. Captained by Lothar Matthaus, they defeated Yugoslavia, UAE, the Netherlands, Czechoslovakia, and England on the way to a final rematch against Argentina, played in the Italian capital of Rome. West Germany won 1-0, with the only goal being a penalty scored in the 85th minute by Andreas Bremer. Beckenbauer, who won the World Cup as the national team's captain in 1974, thus became the first person to win the World Cup as both captain and coach. Olympic football. Prior to 1984, Olympic football was an amateur event, meaning that only non-professional players could participate. Due to this, West Germany was never able to achieve the same degree of success at the Olympics as at the World Cup, with the first medal coming in the 1988 Olympics, when they won the bronze medal. It took Germany 28 years to participate at the Olympics again in 2016, this time reaching the final and winning a silver medal.
West Germany also reached the second round in both 1972 and 1984. On the other hand, East Germany did far better, winning a gold, a silver and 2 bronze medals.
Bertie votes years 1990–1998. In February 1990, months after the fall of the Berlin Wall, the draw for the 1992 European Championship qualifying tournament saw East Germany and West Germany drawn together. After West Germany's 1990 World Cup win, assistant Bertie Voets took over as the national team coach from the retiring Beckenbauer.
The members of the East German Association Deutsche Fußball-Verband acceded to the DFB in November, while the 1990–91 seasons would continue, with the restructuring of leagues scheduled for 1991–92. The first game with a unified German team was against Sweden on the 10th of October. In Euro 1992, Germany reached the final, but lost 0–2 to Denmark. In the 1994 World Cup, they were upset 1–2 in the quarter-finals by Bulgaria.
Reunified Germany won its first major international title at Euro 1996, becoming European champions for the third time. They defeated hosts England in the semi-finals, and the Czech Republic 2–1 in the final on a golden goal in extra time. However, in the 1998 World Cup, Germany were eliminated in the quarter-finals in a 0–3 defeat to Croatia. All goals being scored after defender Christian Verns received a straight red card.
Vogt stepped down afterwards and was replaced by Eric Ribbeck.
Oliver Kahn and Michael Ballack era 2000–2006. In Euro 2000, the team went out in the first round, drawing with Romania, then suffering a 1–0 defeat to England and were routed 3–0 by Portugal. Ribbeck resigned, and was replaced by Rudi Völler. Coming into the 2002 World Cup, expectations of the German team were low due to poor results in the qualifiers, and not directly qualifying for the finals for the first time.
The team advanced through group play, and in the knockout stages they produced 3 consecutive 1–0 wins against Paraguay, the United States, and co-hosts South Korea. Oliver Neville scored 2 minutes from time against Paraguay, and Michael Ballack scored both goals in the USA and South Korea games, although he picked up a second yellow card against South Korea for a tactical foul and was suspended for the subsequent match.
This set up a final against Brazil, the first World Cup meeting between the two. Germany lost 0–2 thanks to 2 Ronaldo goals. Nevertheless, German captain and goalkeeper Oliver Kahn won the Golden Ball, the first time in the World Cup that a goalkeeper was named the best player of the tournament.
Germany again exited in the first round of Euro 2004, drawing their first 2 matches and losing the third to the Czech Republic. Völler resigned afterwards, and Jürgen Klinsmann was appointed head coach. Klinsmann's main task was to lead the national team to a good showing at the 2006 World Cup in Germany.
Klinsmann relieved goalkeeper Kahn of the captaincy and announced that Kahn and longtime backup Jens Lehmann would be competing for the position of starting goaltender, a decision that angered Kahn, and Lehmann eventually won that contest. Expectations for the team were low, which was not helped by veteran defender Christian Wern's being dropped. A choice roundly panned in Germany. Italy routed Germany 4-1 in a March exhibition game, and Klinsmann bore the brunt of the criticism as the team was ranked only 22nd in the world. Entering the 2006 FIFA World Cup, as World Cup hosts, Germany won all 3 group stage matches to finish top of their group. The team defeated Sweden 2-0 in the round of 16.
Germany faced Argentina in the quarter-finals. The match ended 1-1, and Germany won the penalty shootout 4-2. In the semi-final against Italy, the match was scoreless until near the end of extra time when Germany conceded 2 goals. In the third-place match, Germany defeated Portugal 3-1. Miroslav Klose was awarded the Golden Boot for his tournament-leading 5 goals.
New orientation under Löw, 2006-2014. Germany's entry into the Euro 2008 qualifying round was marked by the promotion of Joachim Löw to head coach, since Klinsmann resigned. At the UEFA Euro 2008, Germany won 2 out of 3 matches in group play to advance to the knockout round. They defeated Portugal 3-2 in the quarter-final, and won their semi-final against Turkey. Germany lost the final against Spain 0-1, finishing as the runners-up. In the 2010 World Cup, Germany won the group and advanced to the knockout stage. In the round of 16, Germany defeated England 4-1. The game controversially had a valid goal by Frank Lampard disallowed. In the quarter-finals, Germany defeated Argentina 4-0, and Miroslav Klose tied German Gerd Müller's record of 14 World Cup goals. In the semi-final, Germany lost 1-0 to Spain. Germany defeated Uruguay 3-2 to take 3rd place. German Thomas Müller won the Golden Boot and the Best Young Player award. In the Euro 2012, Germany was placed in Group B, along with Portugal, Netherlands, and Denmark. Germany won all 3 group matches. Germany defeated Greece in the quarter-final, and set a record of 15 consecutive wins in all competitive matches. In the semi-finals, Germany lost to Italy by 1-2. 2014 World Cup victory. Germany finished first in their qualification group for the 2014 World Cup. The draw for the 2014 FIFA World Cup finals placed Germany in Group G, with Portugal, Ghana, and United States. They first faced Portugal in a match billed by some as the team of all the talents against the team of the talent, routing the Portuguese 4-0 thanks to a hat-trick by Thomas Müller. In the match with Ghana, they led the game with Götze's second-half goal, but then conceded 2 consecutive goals. Then, at the 71st minute, Klose scored a goal to help Germany to draw 2-2 with Ghana. With that goal, Klose also nudged home his 15th World Cup goal to join former Brazil striker Ronaldo at the pinnacle of World Cup finals scorers. They then went on to defeat the United States team 1-0, securing them a spot in the round of 16 against Algeria. The round of 16 knockout match against Algeria remained goalless after regulation time, resulting in extra time. In the 92nd minute, André Schürrle scored a goal from a Thomas Müller pass. Mesut Ozil scored Germany's second goal in the 120th minute. Algeria managed to score 1 goal in injury time and the match ended 2-1. Germany secured a place in the quarter-final, where they would face France. In the quarter-final match against France, Mats Hummels scored in the 13th minute. Germany won the game 1-0 to advance to a record fourth consecutive semi-finals. The semi-final win against Brazil was a major accomplishment. Germany scored 4 goals in just 400 seconds and were 5-0 up against Brazil by the end of the first half, with goals from Thomas Müller, Miroslav Klose, Sami Khedira and 2 from Toni Kroos. Klose's goal in the 23rd minute, his 16th World Cup goal, gave him sole possession of the record for most goals scored during World Cup finals, dethroning former Brazilian national Ronaldo. In the second half of the game, substitute André Schürrle scored twice for Germany to lead 7-0, the highest score against Brazil in a single game. Germany did, however, concede a late goal to Brazil's Oscar. It was Brazil's worst ever World Cup defeat.
Whilst Germany broke multiple World Cup records with the win, including the record broken by Klose, the first team to reach 4 consecutive World Cup semi-finals, the first team to score 7 goals in a World Cup finals knockout phase game, the fastest 5 consecutive goals in World Cup history, the first team to score 5 goals in the first half in a World Cup semi-final, as well as being the topic of the most tweets ever on Twitter about a certain subject, when the previous social media record was smashed after Germany scored their 4th goal. Also, Germany's 7 goals took their total tally in World Cup history to 223. Surpassing Brazil's 221 goals to first place overall. The World Cup final was held at the Maracanã in Rio de Janeiro on the 13th of July, and billed as the world's best player versus the world's best team.
Mario Götze's 113th minute goal helped Germany beat Argentina 1-0. Becoming the first ever European team to win a FIFA World Cup in the Americas. Euro 2016 and present. After several players retired from the team following the 2014 World Cup win, including Philipp Lahm, Mertesacker and Miroslav Klose, the team had a disappointing start in the UEFA Euro 2016 qualifiers. They defeated Scotland 2-1 at home, then suffered a 2-0 loss at Poland, a 1-1 draw against the Republic of Ireland, and a 4-0 win over Gibraltar. The year ended with an away 0-1 friendly win against Spain, the reigning European champions of 2008 and 2012. Throughout qualifying for the 2016 European Championship, the German national team faced some difficulties, losing 2-0 against group rival Poland, and drawing at home, as well as losing away to Ireland.
The team also only narrowly defeated Scotland on 2 occasions, but handily won against Gibraltar, eventually, however, topping their group and qualifying for the tournament through a 2-1 victory against Georgia on the 11th of October 2015. On the 13th of November 2015, the team was playing a friendly match against France in Paris, when a series of terrorist attacks took place in the city, some in the direct vicinity of the Stade de France, where the game was held. For security reasons, the team needed to spend the night inside the stadium, accompanied by the French squad who stayed behind in an act of camaraderie. 4 days later, on the 17th of November 2015, the German team was scheduled to face the Netherlands at Hanover's HDI Arena, also in a friendly. After initial security reservations, the DFB decided to play the match on the 15th of November. However, after reports about a concrete threat to the stadium, the match was cancelled 90 minutes before kickoff. Germany began their preparations for Euro 2016 in March with friendlies against England and Italy. They gave up a 2-0 lead, and ended up losing 2-3 to England. They bounced back in the match with Italy, however, winning by a score of 4-1. It was their first win against the Italians in 21 years.
Germany began their campaign for a fourth European title, with a 2-0 win against Ukraine on the 12th of June. Against Poland, Germany was held to a 0-0 draw, but concluded Group C with a 1-0 win against Northern Ireland. In the round of 16, Germany faced Slovakia and earned a comfortable 3-0 win.
Germany then faced off against rivals Italy in the quarter-finals. Mesut Ozil opened the scoring in the 65th minute for Germany, before Leonardo Bonucci drew even after converting a penalty in the 78th minute. The score remained 1-1 after extra time and Germany beat Italy 6-5 in a penalty shootout.
It was the first time Germany had defeated Italy in a major tournament. In the semi-finals, Germany played the host nation France. Germany's hopes of securing a fourth European championship were put on hold, however, as France ended Germany's run by eliminating them by a score of 0-2.
It was France's first competitive win against Germany in 58 years.
Stadiums. Germany plays its home matches among various stadiums, in rotation, around the country. They have played home matches in 43 different cities so far, including venues that were German at the time of the match, such as Vienna, Austria, which staged 3 games between 1938 and 1942. National team matches have been held most often in the stadiums of Berlin, which was the venue of Germany's first home match. Other common host cities include Hamburg, Stuttgart, Hanover and Dortmund. Another notable location is Munich, which has hosted numerous notable matches throughout the history of German football, including the 1974 FIFA World Cup final, which Germany won against the Netherlands. Kit. Adidas AG is the long-standing kit provider to the national team, a sponsorship that began in 1954, and is contracted to continue until at least 2022. In the 70s, Germany wore Irma kits. The national team's home kit has always been a white shirt, black shorts, and white socks.
The colors are derived from the 19th century flag of the North German state of Prussia. Since 1988, many of the home kit's designs incorporate details patterned after the modern German flag. For the 2014 World Cup, the German team used white shorts rather than the traditional black due to FIFA's kit clashing rule for the tournament. The away shirt color has changed several times.
Historically, green shirt with white shorts is the most often used alternative color combination, derived from the DFB colors, though it is often erroneously reported that the choice is in recognition of the fact that Ireland, whose home shirts are green, were the first nation to play Germany in a friendly game after World War II. However, the first team to play Germany after World War II, as stated above, was actually Switzerland.
Other colors such as red, gray and black have also been used. A change from black to red came in 2005 on the request of Jürgen Klinsmann, but Germany played every game at the 2006 World Cup in its home white colors. In 2010, the away colors then changed back to a black shirt and white shorts, but at the tournament, the team dressed up in the black shorts from the home kit. The German team next resumed the use of a green shirt on its away kit, but then changed again to red and black striped shirts with white stripes and letters, and black shorts.
Thank you for watching. Brought to you by WikiVD Documentaries. Please like and subscribe below. Please like and subscribe below.